All right, so wait a minute. So I can pick up a two-handed or a one-handed sword and a shield. I can pick up a treatise from 1412 and take on an intellectual project and translate it, and then I can martially interpret it as well on top of all of that? That sounds about right for me. Call it a society, because what we didn't want to do is make it a, here it is, suck it up, this is what we're going to teach you, and that's just too bad if you don't like it. Everybody, if you noticed in class today, everybody brings their own special, unique talent or art.
You have no peripheral vision and you have a field of vision about this big in front of you. So it's a lot of feeling where the guy is through your armor, through his body, and hoping for the best, really.
And so we then can do all kinds of different things here. People threaten each other, and we come back.
Our martial art is based on the concepts as written by Master Johannes Lichtenauer. He wrote down the general principles of his martial art in a text that's known as the Zettel.
The shoulder, the inside of the arm, the wrist, the palm, his throat, his eye socket, the groin, inside of the knee, foot. Those are our targets that are valid.
Because what happens if you hit plate?
If I actually come at him with a slog, all day. I'm not going to hurt him. It's played a little bit, but I'm not going to hurt him.
These are modeled after the Prince gloves, I believe, and they are mid-13th century. You could literally play the harp in one of these things. It's so incredible.
When we do recreate the art, we're very careful to understand the historical basis from which it's derived. When they were learning this art, they were learning a killing art. They weren't learning this for fun, or they weren't learning this to fence in a friendly kind of manner. Most of Lichtenauer's art was truly for what was known as earnest combat, or Ernstfechten, meaning fighting to either the death or to incapacitate your opponent.
He's good.
So we'll meet here, and then we'll fight for an opening. As I get it, I'm going to take it, feel it, and then I'm going to couch it like a lance. And my whole body's going to go into the pushing through to try and break through his mail and enter his body. It's not heavy. You don't need a crane to put yourself on a horse. If I fall over, I can get up. I can take a knee. I can get up. I can jump. I can kick. I can dance if I needed to. I can't do a cartwheel, but I could do a cartwheel.
We have guys who've won tournaments here. We've guys who've placed in tournaments here. Myself, everybody has done at some point gotten a medal in a tournament. But that's just not our focus. Our focus is the technique. It's the people around it who share their best ideas and practices.
Bruises.
A lot of bruises.
I broke my pinky.
When he says broke his pinky was nearly severed from his hand.
I had to bend it back into place.
A lot of bruises, a lot of broken fingers and stuff.
That was a freak
big
accident,
ones,
though.
but it doesn't happen that often.
To common people, true fencing may actually look boring, right? Because if I were to lock blades with an opponent, chances are that particular conflict would be over in under 5 seconds, right? Whereas in films, we often see these drawn out affairs where they're sweating and they're really screaming and hacking at each other.
That great lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Any of the fights in Game of Thrones. These are meant to stimulate your senses. You'll see rants on Facebook. You'll see people who've put together montages of, oh, Obi-Wan just turned his back on his opponent and he should have been stabbed, and you'll talk about this as if one had anything to do with the other, and it doesn't.
The average sword that's really safe to use in a fencing context will probably be about $250 to $300, give or take, right? And then you have to add on the cost of the helmet and jacket and gloves, and so all around you're really spending around $1,500 to $1,600, and the thing about it is that your kit is constantly upgrading, right? So you're never really satisfied with one piece of equipment. It's our passion that really carries through it, and you know, we're very fortunate enough to be able to afford all of these things so we can constantly do it.